Okay, a continuation of solving inequalities. Second video in 3.4. Let's take a look at some more examples. Oh, how do we get that? Okay, excuse me, I'm having a little bit of trouble here. All right, there we go. Okay, in this example, so let's just try something different here. Let's say, well, we know how to solve this. As if this were an equation, we know how to solve it. And remember, it doesn't matter which side we gather all the variables on and which side we gather all of the numbers on, as long as they're on opposite sides. So just for a little change here, let's gather all of our variables onto the right, which means all plain old numbers are going to be on the left. So that tells us that 5x is out of place. To get rid of it, we're going to subtract 5x from both sides. Result, 9x minus 5x is 4x. Okay. Then we're going to get all the numbers on the other side, so that means our little 1 here is out of place. So we want to, what do we want to do to get rid of it? We're going to subtract 1 from both sides, which would yield a negative 8 greater than or equal to 4x. Okay, we're almost there. We want x all by itself. What's in the way? That 4. Excuse me. So what are we going to do? Divide both sides by 4. Negative 2x. Do we have to change the direction of the inequality? To go from this step to this step, we divided by a positive 4, so I'm going, we're good. We don't have to change direction, so it's still greater than or equal. But do you remember back in the last video, we always want our final answer to be in the form where x is over on the left and your number is on the right. So in this case, we know our number is negative 2. Okay, so we want to just pick this up and turn it completely around. What I always do is go, okay, in this here, when we're comparing x and negative 2, the little arrow is pointing towards the x. So in this case, the arrow is going to be pointing towards the x. So that's our final perfect answer, x less than negative 2. Okay, in number 5, I want to do the same problem, but do it differently and see if we get the same result. So the same problem. Well, there we go. Okay, this time I'm just in the mood to get all my variables on the left and all my numbers on the right. So I'm going to subtract 9x from both sides, which would give me a negative 4x minus 7 greater than or equal to. We subtracted that 9x away, so now we just have 1 on that side. We want all of our numbers on the right, so our 7 is out of place. What are we going to do to get rid of it? Add 7 to both sides, negative 4x, add 7 to the right hand side, and we're going to get 8. We haven't done anything that required us to change the direction, so we just keep going. So what are we going to do to get x all by itself now? We're going to have to divide by a negative. Ding, 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 ding. Whenever we hear ourselves saying multiply or divide by a negative, we know that inequality is going to change direction. So divide both sides by a negative 4. This side over here divided by negative 4, that's what we want. We want x all by itself, and on the right, negative 2. And it's in the right form. X is less than or equal to 2. Same problem. Let's go back and see if we got the same answer in the previous one. There it is. We did it a different way, but we still got the same answer. Yahoo! Okay, I think that's it. This is going to be a short video. That's our first lesson on solving inequalities.